Hi, I have helped more than 30 businesses automate their processes with AI, increase profit margins, and increase the satisfaction of their customers. Also, it has formed into multiple 5 figures generated by me on the freelance platform number 1 in the world, Upwork, and also to add even more braggadocious tone to this presentation, I am in top 1% of AI talent on the planet right now, perhaps even in the whole galaxy. And hopefully right now you have certain conviction in that you should listen to me, and particularly to the video which will show you use HTTP tool in AI agents on n8n properly, once and forever. I guess if you are watching this video, you are either a business owner who would like to make more doing less, aka implementing AI automation, or you are a developer who would like to improve your skills, or you're just a curious person who would like to learn more about the wonderful world of AI automations and particularly AI agents on n8n. The question you may have is why would you, Max, record the video about such a specific topic like the HTTP request tool for AI agents? And the answer is very straightforward. Every application on the internet, almost every, has the thing called API, which is abbreviation for Application Programming Interface. And this thingy allows one service communicate with the other one without human intervention and any interaction with a graphical user interface, if it even exists. So, for example, if you go onto the website which shows your country's news and you see the current currency rate, there is a great chance that the website is talking to the other web service, which provides the relevant data on the topic of what is the price of the certain currency. And you're always surprised how the heck it is changing so fast. Especially if that currency has the prefix crypto in it. And you, as the business owner or developer or just a curious person who in the future will become either a developer or a business owner or both, you will definitely have to set up the API tools in your AI agents. And for now, n8n is absolutely the number 1 platform in terms of the variety and width of scenarios you are able to implement within it, and calling API tools is the universal tool which will allow you to expose your agent to almost any sort of knowledge source or the lever which it is able to pull in order to perhaps notify you on something important or send the message to your client, or maybe form the presentation and send you it in the email letter. And finally, let's get into it, and I will show you the example of how the tool of HTTP API request is set up for AI agent, which is used to evaluate and qualify the applicants for the sales job of the real estate agency. And actually that's the real project I am working on with the Dubai-based marketing agency. Therefore, in case you would like to work with me and get the consultation, just follow the very first link in the description below. And let's jump into it. So we have this tool, and the way you add it is you just click plus, you type in HTTP request tool if it hasn't appeared on the top of the list, and we start from here. You will have to find the endpoint of the API which is in charge of the action which you want to perform. It can be either something what you want to get, so some piece of data. Alternatively, it can be the endpoint which is used as the gateway for initiating the certain action, for example, sending the email. So depending on that, you will either choose get or post. Do not get really hung up on the other ones, because those are used much less frequently, and by the time you have used get and post for thousands of times, you will absolutely be capable of figuring out what the other ones mean. By the way, I have no clue what the head method means, so I don't know why you're even listening to me still. And here in the URL you will specify something like here, and in this case we just have the other n8n workflow, and I initiated via this request on the webhook. But again, due to the versatility of the HTTP requests nature, it is absolutely irrelevant what is home of the service. So even though it could be not n8n, the platform where the endpoint of our API is hosted, it still will be absolutely viable option to just use HTTP request. So that's another wonderful thing about this tool. And in our case, we don't need any authentication. We are brave enough to let anyone in. And finally, we got to the golden chunk of this video, because it took me literally 3 hours to find out how exactly set up the HTTP request tool in the way where you both can specify the static parameters, which allow you to pass some data which doesn't have to be modifiable, but rather the way it is rather hard-coded in the opposition to being determined during the runtime. And how you can specify the parameters which AI agent must find out on its own. So that's the most important part which you need to be concerned of. Well, you don't need to be concerned, because just in the next 2 minutes I will explain you how it works very easily, like bread and butter. So let me jump back to the new tool, and what you will see is that I just don't like red bordered boxes, so let me put this thing. And we have the option to send body. Usually you will use it with the post requests, and in this part you specify the parameters required for the API endpoint of your destination to initiate the action which you need. So again, if it is sending the email, you might want to pass the email address and the copy of the email. And let's say, yeah, and you definitely need to use this syntax. So you must pick this option, which is using fields below instead of using JSON. And I will explain you why just in a minute. So let's say we have email address and we have email copy. And here we just say that email address is what we... I will not reveal my email address that easily. I will just come up with something like Johnny, I hope that's the correct spelling, at gmail.com. So we have just the static variable value. So when the AI agent calls this tool, email address will just strictly be equal to johnny@gmail.com, nothing else. And email copy in turn must be dynamic, and here you may see those interesting symbols, signs in the right section of the input rectangle, and it basically symbolizes magic, and it is it. The AI will just define what is the supposed value of this parameter. And here it is very important to realize one thing, is that just as if you were explaining it to human, the semantics of your variable names are crucial in this step. And in simpler terms, it means that in case for some reason this variable's name would be just some random value, I don't know, maybe variable 2, so just the structural description instead of the description of what is supposed to be inside of the variable's value, just like email copy we used a couple of decades of seconds ago. And in case the name of your variable is vague, you would definitely have to add description, which is just free text where you specify the instructions on what the content of the variable is supposed to be. Email copy, notifying incoming order, for example. You can even add the example, which would be like, hi, name, all found. Please never say said the email like this. However, I'm too lazy to write out the long example. I mean, we have the AI for this. However, it is a great practice in prompt engineering to specify what is the kind of output you would like to have the AI model to provide. Yeah, and still the best solution would be combine these two together, so descriptive variable name plus the description of what the value is supposed to be like, and in this case you just get the total terminator. The peaceful one, don't worry. The one from the fifth part, where the terminator reminds the teddy bear. No, resembles. I love my English level. And yeah, here is the example of how it is set up in a more practical way for the real world scenario, where we gather the details of the applicant in the WhatsApp chat, and upon collecting all of those details, we pass them to the other workflow, which in turn adds it onto the CRM, which also utilizes API calls all the time. So actually the thing which you have learned right now will allow you to not just expand your capabilities of building the systems, but as a matter of fact, it will allow you to charge more for your services, because you will be able to build the systems of any kind due to the versatility of this practice. And here you can see we have CV link, location, relocation, languages. So all of this is passed dynamically. And here I have something which must be static. And the good thing is that I can refer the previous node's output, which is irrelevant in this case because it is just the template canvas, but it could be something from when chat message received, so I have no clue. Hi. Yeah. When chat message received, so you could just paste in the value from one of the previous nodes, which are beautifully displayed in the left column. And you can see that all of the techniques are implemented. And finally, at the end of this video, I would like to drop some incredibly important piece of value, which is that sometimes the API schemas, don't worry, it isn't as scary as it sounds. It basically means the description of the structure of the API request. So there is like a set of variables which must be structured in a certain way and sent onto the endpoint for it to work properly. So the schema for this request is email address, some string value, so just text, email copy, string value, usually long string value, so text again. And for example, the other part of this API schema could be metadata. Sometimes this is just a random arbitrary dictionary. Too much stuff. That's the object which lets you to define some random data you want to be passed along with the main request. And the thing is that you can just copy it, and if you were using JSON, then you would do something like this in order to specify metadata. Metadata. Oh my god, like this. Yes. You would say again variable 1. I know, not the most creative choice of the variable name. CC. Let's say Arthur could be the second one. I know. Why not? Arthur Hang. And you see that we have the nested structure. So we have metadata in the level 1, and then deeper it is variable 1 within metadata. So the way you are able to write the same in this structure is actually I wanted to open up the other tool, but you have just seen it, so maybe you can deduce it yourself or deduct. God damn it. And the way you would write this metadata in this particular HTTP request tool is that you would write down metadata max mat subscribe and like Mom AI Tech, for example. So the trick is that you specify the name of the first level of this nested variable, then you add dot, and then the name of the variable inside. And the second one could be metadata Mom AI Tech book, the free AI audio call in the first link below until it is free till the 3rd of September. That's what you could potentially write down. Just, suggestion. Just nothing related to anyone else at all. Or you could also specify something like the magic button, which lets AI model to define what should be the value of this variable. And again, it's very highly recommended to add the description, which will help the AI model to write the right value. Maybe you can even specify the type of the value, so number, integer, so it is the whole number of subscribers. Who knows? Maybe that's the kind of info you will you will have your AI agent collect from your clients, for example. Thank you very much for watching. Press the like button if you like this video. Press the dislike button under someone else's video if you didn't like this particular piece of content. Also leave the comment either why you love this video or something else. Thank you very much for your attention. And if you're not dummy and you want to save hours of time and add thousands of dollars to your business's profit margins, then book a free AI audit call for your business in the first link in the description below. Let's automate the things together. And subscribe.